Welcome back, folks and yokes. It's round 2 and round 3, so pay attention close. We're going to say it again as we go, but I want you to know we have how many do we see live right now? What's reporting in? 7. There are 7 of you. If any of you 7 are these comics here, I want you to know first, we've dropped hints all over today, but I want you to know voting for round 2, which is up to intermission, voting ends 20 minutes after round 2. It's a live vote. It's lightning round. Votes live 20 minutes after we cut off the voting. This is how it works. The votes, we don't actually have a stop collecting votes button. What we do is when it strikes, we snapshot it. That's the final tally, and we roll forward. Round 3 will be after a brief intermission. We're going to have 20 minutes to count up the votes. We're going to have live entertainment to cover you there. I just wanted to make sure before we jump into this that those of you that have jumped on early are most prepared. Share the stream. You can see the stream right now. There's a button to share it. Get your audience in. We want to make sure we have votes live. Voting for round 3 starts today as well, and we will get to round 3. That's all coming up. We've got intermission coming up. We've got a lot coming up at the lounge, frankly, and I gotta say, personally, you know, we've got more notes. We've got more notes. We're gonna go to more notes, right? But I gotta say, personally, I have a very personal bone to pick with puns, and I'm looking at you, viewer. Puns get a really bad rap in comedy. And I will die on this fucking hill. I will die on this hill drenched in the blood of Jeff Bezos. I don't know. Am I dehumanizing and boogeymanizing too much to removing some of the actual evil that is that festering stool? Anyway, puns get a bad rap. Puns, I know I'm going to piss off some of my peers in comedy, but puns are not, excuse me, they are not the lowest form of comedy. That is a bold error of context, and how dare you? That is a blasphemy of language. That is a miscarriage of English. Puns are, if anything, elemental comedy. Puns are the essence of comedy. They are the rudiment on which comedy is founded. And puns are not, I know you've heard, the puns are stupid, man. No. The pun was obvious. And it took you a moment, however brief, to catch up, and it made you feel stupid. Don't take it out on the pun! I will die on this hill, and you can't win. If I tell you a pun, and you groan and you grovel, yes, I am fueled by the salt of your tears. But if I tell a lazy, half-ass pun, and you give me that side-eye look, and you go, hey, there is no deeper victory than that moment of shared bliss between those who know the joy and the truth of the pun. The Pun Slam returns June 5th. LoungeBoise.com. Lounge Boise, Lounge Boise. Ladies and gentlemen, LoungeBoise.com/tickets to support us today. LoungeBoise.com to get more information on the Pun Slam. This is something that was really blowing up in the Boise scene before the pandemic, and we're so excited to bring it back in a live streaming format, and that we could build the tools to do that here. We have very limited space available for a private viewing gallery. 32 spots are available with proper safety precautions. We're going to make sure everybody has a mask provided by Lesbi Kings. We're going to make sure everybody has a Lounge Boise sticker, because you absolutely need that for the morale right now. LoungeBoise.com is where you get more details about that. Pun slams. I love puns. Okay, I will die on this hill. I will die on this hill forever. I love puns. Growler deliveries are available at LoungeBoise.com. If you want to come in-house and get your growler filled, you can do that normally between noon and 5 p.m. Is that weekdays? Is that every day? Tech crew just knows how to make the tech go brrr. The growler fill hours, is that weekdays? Is that every day? Weekdays. Okay, weekdays, Monday, Friday, noon to 5, guys, come and get a growler filled. Also, growler deliveries available. Patreon.com, I should mention off the top, Patreon, become a patron. You throw us like $5 a month, and you get access to special content that nobody else gets to see, restricted videos. You get the restricted section, and more to come with that as we grow. Yeah, I think that's the majority. Blue City, we wouldn't be here without the Blue City. Look at that, TBC. Isn't that a swanky logo? I love that. And that's very lounge at the end of the universe. I love it all. All of your graphic design guys killing it. I love it. I love it. All right. How we doing on time there, tech crew? I'm watching the stream, but it's on a delay. We're at 9:07. All right. Well, no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, yokes and folks, check it out. We're moving on. Bracket 1, round 2. Take it to Grant Yoder.
Hello, my name is Grant Yoder. Thank you, Lounge at the End of the Universe and the Blue City, for having us. I'm going to do some stand-up comedy with a live virtual audience and 2 small children. So, basically the best setup to do stand-up comedy ever. I was watching the news the other day. Do you guys watch the news? You guys watch the news? Is this going to work? It's going to work. It's a relatable thing. Lots of people watch the news. I was watching the news and I saw a story about a guy who was caught on one of those doorbell cameras licking a stranger's doorknob for 3 hours while they slept. For 3 hours. There's a real story. I was like, is he single? Is he single? It's a delayed response. This is gonna go so well. He was licking a stranger's doorknob for 3 hours, and like at some point, you gotta hand it to him. They said, I saw an interview with the owners of the home, and they said that they couldn't tell with the footage from the angle whether or not this guy was peeing while he licked their doorknob for 3 hours while they slept. But I think from context clues, we can put that one together. I think we can Nancy Drew that one to determine that he was in fact peeing. Absolutely. The police are looking for this guy. Yeah, the police, they want to put him in jail. Which I think is wrong. Because this guy's not a criminal. He's a weapon. And we can use him. I think that we need to train this man. He's the weapon that America needs. 10 years from now, there's going to be a smoke-filled room with a bunch of CIA execs. And the phone's going to ring and they're going to say, we got to the vault, but the wires are hidden behind an everlasting gobstopper. You'd have to train your whole life to lick through one of these. Send him in.
Oh my God.
At some level, like, good for him. Like, good for him for getting out and doing something. Like, it's so easy not to do things. It's so easy just to stay home. And, like, if you never leave home, you're never going to get hit by a car and killed. And that's the dream. That was a joke. Great. I downloaded FarmersOnly.com so I could write some jokes about it. I thought it'd be really funny, but it turns out it wasn't funny. It was just very, very sad. So I deleted Farmers Only from my phone, but I couldn't delete it from my heart. Like, I don't know. What's the premise of FarmersOnly.com? That's my question. Like, is it that a farmer should marry a farmer? I don't know if you know any farmers, but they're very busy. They're never gonna see each other. Excuse the flush from the open bathroom down the hall. They're never gonna see each other. Farmers are really busy on their farms. And they're not neighbors. I know they're not neighbors. Do you know how I know they're not neighbors? If they were neighbors, they wouldn't need the app. They'd already know each other. Those guys already share a well. It's insane. I don't know. I'm really upset about FarmersOnly.com. Because, like, what? Marrying a farmer is going to make you a better farmer? Like, you do grass seed. He does onions. That's flood irrigation. That's a different game. It's insane. You're out of his league. Like, Karen's a hoe, and I'm tired of her drama. Sorry, I get carried away when I talk about FarmersOnly.com. It just... Okay, because the thing about FarmersOnly.com... Why do you need a farmer? You've already got a farmer! Literally, the only thing that your farm has already is a farmer, and it's you! You don't need a farmer, you need a mechanic! We make FarmersOnly.com... No, Farmers and Auxiliary Professionals Only.com! We need FarmersOnly.com and AccountantsOnly.com and to smash them together like Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's what we need. My name's Grant Yoder. This has gone very poorly. Thank you.
One more time for Grant Yoder in the house. Woohoo! That was Grant Yoder. Everybody, we're going to keep this cooking, moving right forward to Oleg Shevchuk.
All right, so I am Oleg Shevchuk. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I have Tourette's. Anybody else in the home audience have Tourette's? Just yell out shitty britches. So people think that Tourette's is a cussing disease, and in very severe cases it is. It's called corpolia. I have a much more mild case than that. So it's just physical and verbal tics. So it's really not that bad. It's just like having the hiccups for the rest of your life. I have three main tics. I shush people. That's my least favorite. There's nothing more obtrusive than being shushed. When I shush someone, I wish I had corpolia, because then at least I'd be like, holy shit, sloppy donkey dick. Someone would be like, man, that guy's really enjoying that bowl of soup over there. But instead it's like she shushes me one more time, Gina. One more time. Shrug and bob like a neglected pet parrot. And I hum. And the more I Tourette's, the more nervous I get. The more nervous I get, the more violent my Tourette's becomes. It is a vicious cycle. It's ruining my dating life. I mean, I go on a date with a girl and I don't want her to know I have Tourette's right off the bat. You gotta ease them into it. So I try and hide it. Went on a date with this girl and I said, so tell me about yourself, Johanna. She said, well, I'm originally from Boise and did you just shush me? No, well, yeah, didn't you hear that ruckus on yonder? You didn't hear that ruckus on yonder? I didn't. Please proceed. So I'm originally from Boise, and I'm studying to be a nurse, and... oh my god, are you gonna puke? No, I'm just constipated. That is disgusting. I am fully aware. So I'm originally from Boise, studying to be a nurse, and for the first time ever, I saw a baby being born, and it was the most magical thing I've ever seen. So sorry, Johanna. Phone's on vibrate. Let's turn that off for you. You got my full attention. Oh look, that wasn't a phone, that was your hand. Shawshank Redemption is a fucking great movie. What the hell does that have to do with anything, Oleg? What are you doing? I was just agreeing with you. I didn't say anything. Bop, dibba-dop-ba-doo. Dibba-dop-ba-doo. Hanson, where are those guys at? I loved them. I totally wanted to fuck the lead singer until I found out it was a dude. Oh, like, what the hell is going on? Shh. Shh. Oh shit, that's new. Shh. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Johanna. I have Tourette's, and I totally should have told you right off the bat, but I didn't because I just really like you, and I didn't want you to get all freaked out. Really? Oh, look, is that it? Yeah? Well, look, it's okay. In fact, I'm kind of growing a soft spot for you. Well, that's great, because I'm growing a hard spot for you. What the fuck did you just say to me, Oleg? That also was Tourette's. So it is good for some things. When I say something fucking stupid, I could blame it on that. Thanks, guys. I'm Oleg Shevchuk. Alright, so I am Oleg Shevchuk. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I have Tourette's. Anybody else in the home audience have Tourette's? Just yell out shitty britches. So people think that Tourette's is a cussing disease, and in very severe cases it is. It's called corpolia. I have a much more mild case than that. So it's just physical and verbal tics. So it's really not that bad. It's just like...
All right. Sorry about the side effects of my infinite improbability drive. I was just consulting it to try to see if I could win a bet on who's going to win that vote. That bracket is, again, Grant Yoder, Oleg Shevchuk. The voting is open right now. Go to loungeboise.com, hit the drop-down menu in the top right corner. You see the 3 lines. Hit that. Click Comic of the Month. If nothing, if you don't immediately see polling information, who are you picking? Hit refresh. There it is. There's your vote. You can start voting now. Votes are closed officially 20 minutes after the end of round 2. As soon as round 2 is done, 20-minute mark, we freeze it. I know you're going to see votes rolling in. That's just a feature of the system. The final tally is the final tally when we final tally at 20 minutes. That's done. So make sure to share the video. There are 20 of you watching right now. Some of you are on this list. Share the video. We need people to vote live for round 2. This is lightning round. It's who's in the room, who's watching live. Get them to vote so you can move on to round 3 after intermission. We're going to keep that moving right along. Your next performer, David Cosile.
Do you see this? Can you see it? You see that right there? Huh? Well, it doesn't matter because I can see it. I have a graying beard, and it's not even a beard. It's just a dumb patches on one side of my face, not dignifying patches on both sides of my face, or like what my dad has, because I can't grow anything out. My dad, you know what my dad looks like? My dad looks like he earned his Harley Davidson with his beard. I look like a prepubescent boy with a dumb gray spot on one side of their not beard. I've earned a scooter, though, in my opinion. Shaving's not gonna work. You know, my dad could grow out his hair for legendary braids. I look like I could grow out my hair to be in a production of Hair, the musical. You've heard that I like musicals, right? If you haven't, you need to keep up with the lore. My dad, he could grow out this huge rabbinical beard, and then I walk through the streets and I see all these Gentiles with amazing beards, and I know they're Gentiles because this is Idaho. Give me a break. And I just think about how this must be my mom's fault because her beard game is absolutely trash. She's got nothing. And I've got nothing, apparently, because I still get ID'd at bars. Oh, man. Kids sure are getting older these days. And I'm not a kid. I'm an adult, damn it. Do you know how frustrating it is to be playing video games or hanging out with your mom and thinking about how you look like a wrinkly adult child with a patchy beard on one side of their face? I could cut it off and my age wouldn't change at all. And I'm not a kid. I'm an adult. Now, would anybody like to hang out with me tomorrow or the day after? We could watch movies. I have Prime and Netflix. But I want the movie to be Joker. I don't care what you pick. I'm an adult. I want to watch Joker. I'm not a kid. On a lighter note, I think I've been going crazy during this coronavirus epidemic. I know this is a pandemic, and I know this is a little bit out of place, but I've been thinking about it. I was talking to my sister maybe like a month ago, and I was thinking about how I need an enemy, right? Not someone I completely disagree with, maybe someone I agree with on like half the issues so that it would be like really toxic. Like a feminist who's also a landlord. And my sister was totally into this, right? But our mom was not into it. She was like, David, what are you doing? God, And I left the room, and then I was, thinking about it, and I texted my sister. I was like, oh my God, Fiona, I think Mom just auditioned to be my enemy. And she was like, maybe. But I was thinking, why would she want to be my enemy? I mean, I guess there aren't that many other options right now in these times, right? But it's not like well, I guess it's not like I was going to go anywhere before the pandemic. But all I was thinking was like, now, from that point on, I have to watch out in case my mother tries to come and attack me with a sword when I least expect it. Now, I don't know how to use a sword, but I can scream really loudly. So I know that'll be difficult to defeat.
That's David Cosio keeping it real. Make sure to check out loungeboise.com/tickets. Every virtual ticket you buy there, 50% goes to the artist, 50% goes to our wonderful tech crew, without whom this would be impossible. Moving right along to Stephanie Nam.
But no, yeah, this is my microphone, and also the only living thing I see these days. So yeah, I was walking down the street, and someone yelled at me, "Dirty Chinese bitch." Yeah, I was like, wow, that's cool. My OnlyFans is getting around. That's cool. Yeah, subscribe. Okay, so I guess I'll tell you about my weighted blanket, cause yeah, that seems relevant. Cause yeah, if you don't know, they say if you have a lot of stress or anxiety, it'll help you to sleep at night. So yeah, it's nice, feels like a nice hug. So yeah, I think a lot of you could probably use one in these hugless times. Yeah, unless you're, you know, in a happy relationship living with your partner and get lots of hugs, but then don't tell me about that. I don't need to know. It's not relatable. So yeah, I got one a year ago now. It's been a while, but I've only used it one time because it is hard to use. They don't tell you that part. It is heavy. It's 15 whole pounds, and my weight limit at the gym is 2. So yeah, you know, and it's not like you just pick it up. I could probably do that part. It's that every part is heavy, and you have to put it evenly over your body with no folds. Like, no one is tucking me in at night. It's just me. Yeah, hit home for a lot of you. But yeah, I did manage to get it on though. And then I felt like I just had a workout, you know, I was all energized, I couldn't sleep. But yeah, I must admit it did feel like being loved. Yeah, until eventually I did fall asleep and woke up and forgot I had it on, and then I just felt trapped. But, you know, obviously that is a part of being loved, so yeah, you've been there, you know how it is. Alright, okay, yeah, thank you. I've been Stephanie, thank you.
Hi, David Cosio's mom. Well, it was Robin Bennett. Hi, Robin Bennett. Hi. I'm looking at our chat right now. It's getting lively there. I love a lively chat. Keep it coming in. Our tech crew can see the chat. I can kind of glance at the chat. I'm mostly just watching the stream because I'm in love with it right now. Your next competitor actually has, I had to call him out. I got to call you out, bud. He's got his own podcast. First episode live now. Check out the chat for details. Bringing it right to LJ Sullivan.
What's up, everybody? We're back. It's round 2. I don't know if you remember or if you were here for the last time, but I had this whole thing, man. Shit's not that different in quarantine. We think it's different. It's not that different. You still get into stupid little altercations from now and then with strangers. Like, for example, I was in Winco. We all still gotta go shopping, right? That's relevant material. So, I went to Winco and I was lost in the cereal aisle. I was in a world of granola. Thinking about almonds and berries and shit. Trying to read boxes. And then this motherfucker just rolls up behind me and he's on the phone loudly, first of all, in the middle of the supermarket. That's annoying as fuck. But also, he takes time out of... I wasn't taking up the whole aisle. I was not taking up the whole aisle. I was respectfully in a lane. But he takes time out of his fucking day, out of his conversation, to put the phone down and go, "Excuse you," and keep walking with his girl away victorious like he won. What he did not realize is I'm not the type of motherfucker to take that laying down. I am the type of motherfucker to calmly finish shopping and come find your ass. You're gonna find your ass. You talking to the Winco lady about what you need to look for? Okay, that's cool. I'll pretend to be real into these steak seasonings around the corner. Wait for your ass. Now he's coming up. It's time for him to get some of his own medicine. So I pulled the cart around in front of him, said, "Excuse you." Then his bitch ass wants to say I'm sorry and walk away. What's the matter? I thought you wanted to act a fucking fool in Winco. You're not in the mood, I'm in the mood. So, anyway, shit's not that different. Like, every Hollywood production that isn't animation, shut down, pretty much. But Hollywood rumor mill, still up and running. Still up and running. For example, did y'all hear about Quentin Tarantino? He's getting a shot at Star Trek. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Cause look, man, I love Quentin Tarantino, man. Like Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, all the way to Inglourious Basterds and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love the whole filmography, man. But how is this gonna work? Cause can you say nigga in space? Does the Federation allow for such harsh and vulgar rhetoric? Does anybody know the Klingon word for nigga? Does anybody feel like there's a nerd in the comments somewhere who's like, I know, but I'm not gonna. That feels like a trap to me. That's why you're a nerd. You're fucking smart. Good job. That was a trap. Sharp in the comments. I like it. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'm LJ Sullivan. Woohoo! What's up, everybody? We're back. It's round 2. I don't know if you remember or if you were here for the last time, but I had this whole thing, man. Shit's not that different in quarantine. We think it's different. It's not that different. You still get into stupid little altercations from now and then with strangers. Like, for example, I was in Winco. We all still gotta go shopping, right? That's relevant material. So, I went to Winco.
LJ Sullivan, everybody. That's LJ. Listen. I propose that I'm going to stop ripping off an LJ bit because that's awesome and I love it. Absolutely. Go to patreon.com/bageltiger. Bagel like you eat like an everything bagel schmear. Tiger like the cat. Go to patreon.com/bageltiger. And if you would just maybe slip us $5 a month or something. Maybe you got a friend at the lounge, Maybe you got a friend at the lounge that can get you restricted access to videos that are otherwise behind a password protection. You got all of that, man. You got that, all of that in your pocket. You just want to be a patron? Do you want to be a patron? Ask yourself. You want to be a patron? I do see that we do have some more people in the chat. I'm loving that. Blowing it up. Keep it coming. I cannot stress enough. Polls are final 20 minutes after the close of the second round. Get them in here to get them to vote. If you're not going to share the stream right now, if you're not going to share the stream to bring people in, voters, we need voters to make this a just system. If you're not sharing the stream, if you just came here to watch and you don't want to share it with your whole Facebook, you don't want to blast them, you got a friend that would enjoy this, right? Somebody that would find this cute, entertaining, fun. Tag your friends in the chat. That's another thing you can do for us. You can type anything in the chat. Write things in the chat. You're responsible for what you say. But the engagement in the chat really helps our visibility so that other people on Facebook that might be interested can see us. That helps us immensely. Hit the react buttons, say something in the chat, share it if you can, tag friends in the chat, just have conversation with each other. Any engagement you can do. And if your time is paramount to you right now, of course, Patreon will always help. More to come on Patreon in the future. No further ado, no further gilding the lily. Let's move it along to my friend, Chad Tanner.
All right, hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning into this. Round 2, huh? This is quite unexpected. First, I'd like to say thank you to the Blue City Artists, Lounge at the End of the Universe, and Ian. What a tremendous host. Ian is one of the greatest people I've ever met. They said they hoped they could call themselves my friend, and I would be honored. Especially after Ian spoke so highly of Lynx, the sausage business. So I'm totally unprepared, but I figured let's give this a shot because I haven't been part of a train wreck yet in 2020. So we'll see how this goes. I've been thinking about, yesterday I talked about my typing teacher. Got me thinking a little bit about school and guidance counselors. That's a job that's probably changed quite a bit recently, huh? I mean, when I was growing up, that was, now you got kids making $1 million playing video games and Donald Trump's president. So what do you tell kids these days? But I had a tremendous guidance counselor. He saw a kid who was, he was definitely on his way to, Columbine, Sandy Hook. But this guidance counselor was able to see that path that that person was on and got him a job working the t-shirt cannon at the pep rallies. Now this kid's got a future, He's enthusiastic about it. He's on the path to good stuff now. I'm thinking about this election coming up and where I stand. I thought I was a libertarian, but people are just too dumb. I was libertarian driven to Bernie democratic socialism by the ineptitude of both parties. But I just found out Jeffrey Dahmer was a libertarian. Yeah, he only ate liberals. Let's see. I guess I've been thinking about the 3%ers or the whatever Freedom Foundation, fuckwads or whatever they're called. Are they called the 3%ers because they think 97% of the world thinks they're just crazy, selfish, gun-toting idiots? Like if they think it's only 97%, they're more conservative than we thought, right? And I would love to get on board with the open carry. Like, I love guns. I think they're a lot of fun. But I can't just come out and say, yeah, everybody should have a gun until the floors in men's restrooms just stop being covered in pee. If you can't handle that little tiny gun that's been attached to you your whole life, I'm supposed to believe you turn into John Wick when the shit hits the fan? Yeah, I don't think so. Why don't you focus a little bit on that? Okay, I'm sorry, I don't have a whole lot, and I'm sorry if my eyes are red. I've been cutting onions here at work, and I like to smoke a little weed when I cut onions. Anyway, I think that's about all I've got. how about another hand for everybody doing this? And LJ, it's an honor to even be in your company. You're one of the funniest people I've ever met, and one of the nicest people, one of the most complete humans. Anyway, good luck. Have fun, guys. Love you. Bye.
That's Chad Tanner, and that closes out another bracket pair. Voting is live now. LoungeBoise.com. Click the drop down. Click Comic of the Month. If you don't see the polls right away, refresh the page. Vote now. Voting closes 20 minutes after the end of round 2. We're almost halfway through round 2. We need those votes. Share this. Get your audience in here. Get your audience to the polls. We're doing round 3 live today after intermission. If you want to move on, going in round 3, get into the big money. That's where it's at. Folks, moving on. Growlers. Sorry, I have to. The Growlers. It's come in amazingly lately, but to prove the recession proofedness of the Growler model, drink at home, buy in bulk, do the thing, win the points, drink it down. Growler fills are delivered at loungeboise.com. In-house Growler fill hours at Lounge Boise at the Lounge at the End of the Universe in Boise, noon to 5 weekdays. Your next comedian stepping into the ring. Ding, ding, ding. It's Ira Summers.
So I hear that a number of states are allowing gyms to open up again. And I'm excited to have a chance to go back because I belong to Planet Fitness. And for those of you who don't know, Planet Fitness is a gym for the people who eat at Denny's. Yeah, now look, I'm not saying anything bad about Denny's. I love Denny's. Somehow Denny's has become the Nickelback of dining. And I think that is just so wrong. Because everybody's welcome at Denny's. Doesn't matter if you're a Jew that looks like a Nazi. Everybody's welcome at Denny's. That's what I love about it. And that's what I love about Planet Fitness. Because everybody's welcome at Planet Fitness. Yeah, it's not like your regular gyms. Your regular gyms, you're going to expect to see beautiful people. Not at Planet Fitness. No, it's a no judgment gym. I remember when I first joined about a year ago, I had to see this for myself, so I went over. I went to check it out. I walked past the trainers who were outside smoking. I went inside. I had to check out the workout regimen. These athletes. I spotted a woman on the treadmill. She was talking on her phone. Not moving her feet, no. Just talking on her phone. And I'm thinking, I can do this. Yeah. If you want to feel better about yourself, just walk into a Planet Fitness. Look, I've been divorced for 12 years now. I've tried online dating. I'm a realist at this point. I know that this is not an impulse buy. No, there are no women running around going, oh my God, Dr. Evil's accountant is so hot. No, that's not a thing. But at Planet Fitness, I'm a 9. Yeah, when this thing's over, you're all gonna be setting new goals for yourself. Saying, hey, I want to go to the gym more often. Not work out, just go to the gym more often. Planet Fitness is the place for you. Yeah, they got candy at the front desk. Candy! Yeah, come on in. Welcome to Planet Fitness. Have some candy. You can go home now. Yeah, on Monday nights, you can look this up. On Monday nights, they serve pizza. Pizza at the gym. Yeah, come on in. Welcome to Planet Fitness. Have a slice. Wow, that's 2 days in a row for you. You can go home now. Yeah, they got the Food Network on the TVs. Yeah, come on in. Let's see how you got out of shape. It's okay though. It's a no judgment gym. It's a no judgment gym. I love watching the people who take advantage of it. Just seeing them working out in their socks and Crocs. Oh my God, nobody cares. Problem is, I live in California. I live in the Bay Area, home of the most judgmental people in the world. They can't help themselves. I see them all the time. They're staring at me. It's a look that says, why is Vin Diesel's father sweating all over the ellipticals? And that's not nice. No, I'm just trying to be a better me. Look, I used to belong to those fancy gyms. I know the secret to looking beautiful. It's genetics. Yeah, anyway, my name's Ira Summer. Please vote me on to the next round. I got so much more to talk about. Thank you.
You don't know. Come, send. Ira Summers. Ira Summer. That was actually awesome. I really appreciate what you're doing there. That's. Thank you for joining us, Ira. Ira's competitor coming to the stage. Stage. It's the same thing. It's Eric Escobar.
This is my online dating video. My name's Josue Chung, but in the joint they call me Sally. I like half Asian women, but just the bottom half. First date, seafood. We don't get a meal, we just seafood. I like to cuddle ladies and my dead cat. My cousin Tiffany has got one eye in her name and one eye on her face. But I don't kiss and tell. I donate blood once a week for the free gift cards. Just don't tell them I got the mono. You gonna finish that chalupa? Have you ever fallen in love with a rugged man? 'Cause I have. Call my car the Attractor. 'Cause it's a tractor. I just use this as a cup. It's just tap water from the lake. I like ladies who smoke cigarettes. That way I can bum one off you. One time I was bringing a girl home. She said, "Oh, this is kind of creepy, and get me out of your trunk." You look like a nice rugged man. What are you doing later? Can I burn this video onto a floppy disk? He left. Some people might call me creepy. I like to hunt. One time I shot a rabbit, but I accidentally hit the magician. I like to play with girls' hair, until this one time when she said her armpits were ticklish. I got my PhD from Caltech.
And that's Eric Escobar, and that is halfway through round 2. Go vote now. Voting is open. Voting closes 20 minutes at the end of round 2. 20 minutes after round 2, voting is final. Go vote, loungeboise.com. Moving right along, Brett Haney.
Hello, it's me, Brett Haney, round 2, Lounge at the End of the Universe, coming at you. Thank you. So 2020, it's getting picked on. And kind of sad a little bit. 2020 has been interesting for me, personally. I read an article that is hilarious. It's doctors are begging men to quit masturbating with banana peels. Yeah, it's a real thing that's going on. And I just have to know, like, how many men were going in with issues downstairs for this to become a thing and them to write an article about it. And thank you. Everyone, please settle down. So, I just have to know what they talked about, and I want to know, like, what kind of other recommendations they could have gave. Like, the doctor's like, instead of fucking a banana, maybe a nice fruit salad or something like that. Or, anything in the cucurbit family, I'm sure would be fine. And for those at home that don't know what cucurbit is, it's anything melon, squash, pumpkin, cantaloupe, honeydew. So pretty much anything you can hollow out and put your dick in, I think, is probably a safer bet than the banana. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so Me and President Trump both aren't doctors, so don't listen to our medical advice ever. Gosh, 2020, it's crazy. I've been here before. The future. Let me just say that it started off with my dog. I told you guys yesterday in round 1 I have an ex-drug dog. His name's Lieutenant Sniffles, and he's perfect. And Lieutenant Sniffles and I, we were driving on this country road in Cuna, and we're smoking. And when I see this house up on some pallets, and I'm like, did somebody steal this fucker's basement? They're gonna come home pissed that their basement's missing. And I'm like, what do you think of this, Lieutenant Sniffles? And I like to imagine him as Denzel Washington from Training Day. And so he's like, fuck, that shit's crazy. We gotta get to the bottom of this, or however Denzel Washington talks. And I'm like, how, Lieutenant Sniffles? There's no basement. But no, so I'm asking him, I'm like confused because I'm freaking out about the basement. And I'm like, Lieutenant Sniffles, what is in this? What's going on here? And he's like, that's PCP. For those who haven't seen the movie Training Day, they smoke PCP. Full disclosure. So now we're smoking PCP, and we hit 88 in the CRX that I'm driving, and now we're in the future. We're here, 2020, but we're at the Summer Olympics, and we've got a gambling problem, and it's bad. Lieutenant Sniffles and I are both gambling on Mexico to win the pole vaulting. So, yeah, we'll, dude, even the laugh track thought that joke was too racy, I think. That joke hits or it doesn't hit. And even with a computer laughing for me, it still didn't hit very well. All right, I'm better late than never. I'm Brett Haney.
That's Brett Haney. That's Brett Haney. I want to meet Lieutenant Sniffles. I would really like to get to know Lieutenant Sniffles. I'm not going to smoke anything Lieutenant Sniffles passes me, but gosh, the last video we saw from this. I want to see what continues because this is a 3-video submission format. Let's see what's going on with your next comedian. Roll it right along to Jennifer Wren Smith.
Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Robert has no soul.
Situation where we can't accommodate the output of cars.
How can you make pudding if you don't eat your meat? Eat your meat, Robert. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Robert has no soul. Robert, you must eat your meat. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Have you eaten your meat, Robert?
Sure could use a vacation from this stupid shit. Stupid shit. Stupid shit. One day investing in neon distraction. Private suggestion to keep you all occupied. Learn to park. 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 Learn to park.
No soul. No soul. No soul. Where can you go for all the things that you know? Fall from this sprawl of concrete that keeps crawling its way. About 1,000 keep your heart off your sleeve. Oh, motherland, cradle me, close my eyes, lullaby me to sleep. Keep me safe, lie with me, stay beside me, don't go. Don't you go. Oh, my father and dying queen, tell me, what have you seen? The lust and the avarice, the bottomless, the cavernous green. Is that what you see? Oh, motherland, cradle me, close my eyes, lullaby me to sleep. Keep me safe, lie with me, stay beside me, don't go. Don't you go.
Have you eaten your meat, Robert?
And we're back. That's Jennifer Ann Smith, and that is another bracket. Voting is live. Go to loungeboise.com/tickets. Please, please, please go to loungeboise.com/tickets, because 50% of proceeds go to the artists. All of the artists you're seeing today are in the money brackets. If you advance on from here, it's just further awesomeness. So yes, go to loungeboise.com/tickets. 50% goes to pay our artists. 50% goes to pay our techs. Keep the lights on at Patreon. And that's it. Actually, I want one more thing, and we're going to cut to you. Unfortunately, Ashley, I saw you in the chat. I don't know, NATO phonetics or whatever. I am sure I've been butchering your name, and I'm going to unfortunately have it wrong as we cut to your video. But if you can somehow give me some sort of symbols in the chat that could somehow correct my phonetic error in your last name, I will do my damnedest to get it right in the outro, as we cut now to Ashley Gutermuth.
Hey everybody, my name is Ashley Gutermuth. My dad is pretty nuts. He always hoarded like supplies when I was a kid. You know, like food, water, toilet paper. Oh, I don't know. Look who's crazy now, right? Still him. Definitely still him. A lot of people in my family are hoarders. I read a study that said that there was an actual chromosome that is linked to compulsive hoarding. My family hoards so much, I'm surprised that most of them don't have an extra chromosome. You know what I mean? Oh man, I don't know where they'd keep it. My aunt was a hoarder too. She was a bad hoarder. She kept the same turkey in her refrigerator for 20 years. I didn't even know turkeys could live that long. I didn't know. We were really sad when she passed away, but you have to look on the bright side. You know, free turkey. And she was really nice. She was thoughtful. She passed away around Thanksgiving. So, there you go. My dad lives far away from me now, but we like to play a lot of like computer games together online. Our favorite is it on? Is it on? Is it plugged in? Well, turn it off and on again. What do you mean you don't have the internet? That's our favorite. So apparently alcoholism is genetic. I read that recently too. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about it. No one in my family has ever died from alcohol poisoning. The death certificates always just say cirrhosis. So we're fine. So I am married, and my husband, I'll just let that sit with you for a minute. You okay? Everybody okay? My husband is 20 years older than I am. He has sweatshirts older than me. Do you know how hard it is to be in a relationship where clothes have more seniority? I got to ask his ties for permission to use the credit card. It's not okay. It's not okay. When I am 50, my husband will be 70. And I'm hoping that he's still going to be in good shape. He's hoping that my standards will be much lower. So it's give and take. We're getting close to the point now to where my husband is going to retire, which means I'm going to have to start making real money. Which means I'm going to need a sugar daddy for my sugar daddy. It's the only thing I know how to do. I do hope that I can support him one day, emotionally. I could never do it financially. No way. Not unless I started selling, organs. And I don't know anything about pianos, so can't do it. I can't help but wonder what my life would be like without my husband. I think that I would be surrounded by a lot of men because statistically, those are the people that are also most likely to be homeless. So, I don't like to say that my husband is my better half. I prefer to say that he fills my hole. That's just me. My husband is better than me in every way. People think that I'm a trophy wife. I am not a trophy wife. I'm the kind of wife you get just for participating. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Good night.
All right, they said I nailed it. You folks, I got it. That's Ashley Gudermuth at Ash Gudermuth on socials. Find them everywhere. Thank you so much. Love your stuff every time. Coming up, a Goliath of the local scene. Check it out, Reese Samuels.
Hey everybody, made it to the second round. Woo! I guess I'll just tell you all a little bit more about me. Growing up as kids, we didn't always live in Idaho. My mom, she was a single mom for a really long time as well. We were very self-sufficient kids. By the age of 7, I was doing my own laundry, and my sister and I were pros at kid cuisines in a microwave. Because, set the kitchen on fire once and you can't use the stove anymore. I get that, though. I really do. But I remember every now and then my mom would come home and she'd find a full plate of barbecue on the counter. Ribs, coleslaw, some cornbread. My mom would look at it and just be like, where did you girls get all this? And be like, oh, we just snuck into the neighbor's backyard. They don't know who we belong to. To say the least, that would not work here in Idaho. All the parents would take one look at my sister and I and just be like, what? Whose kids are those? Who adopted the novelty children? That's how it would go. Yeah. The only way, just put it like this. The only way I can blend in Idaho is if I am on a cruiser going through the north end with a basket full of LaCroix, okay? Make sure you don't have the watermelon one in there because that looks suspicious. That's all I'm saying. But, no, my mom, with raising my sister and I, she did make some mistakes, like any other parent can, maybe education-wise, a little too early and a little too late. For instance, the first time I ever found vodka, my mom told me it was magic water, which, as an adult, yeah, I can agree it's got some magical properties to it. Don't drink it anymore, but I get it. To a 7-year-old little girl, that magic is a little different. It's got some different meaning there. So one day, I got to walk home from school by myself. Got home, got into Dad's tool cabinet, grabbed a screwdriver, broke into Mommy's liquor cabinet, made myself a screwdriver. And I was really disappointed with the outcome, you all. Put it in all the household plants. None of them turned into beanstalks. Put it in my dog's water bowl. He didn't turn into fucking Falcor. And, I did make a lot of friends after that because we had Child Protective Services coming around quite often. No, but with some of my jokes, I always just do like to state, no dogs were harmed in that. My dog didn't drink vodka from a water bowl or anything like that. But, yeah, the first time my sister and I ever found condoms, my mother decided to tell us that they were water balloons. Yeah. I don't know if you all have ever tried to hold a lubricated condom onto a water spigot before, but it's really, really fucking hard. If I could put that on my resume as a life skill, I would. I really would. So about a week or so, about all the neighborhood moms started getting irate at finding used, busted condoms all over the place. My mom was forced to tell us what condoms were for. Fast forward, church on Sunday. Reese looks at Grandma and goes, "Grandma, do you know what condoms are for?" Ugh, the look on my grandmother's face. But, you know, she reined it in. She humored me. She goes, "Oh, sweetheart, what are they for?" I was very educated on it. I was like, well, it's for a man to use on his penis for when him and a woman make love, they don't make a baby. And my grandmother, without skipping a beat, just goes, "Oh, sweetheart, do you even know what a penis is?" And I went, "Yep, I sure do." I ran over to my uncle and I punched him straight in the dick, you all. That was not a good party trick for my mom later on down the road. So, I guess take away from this, like, educate your kids at the right age and the appropriate age. So, you know, don't hide anything from them. Just make sure that they're old enough to handle what's going on. All right, you all, my name's Ben Reese Samuels. Have a good night.
Moo brew, moo brew, doot 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 doo doo. Moo brew, doot 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 doo doo. That is a deep cut inside reference for a friend of mine in the chat. Tori, I love you. I just wanted to take a moment. I did plug LJ's podcast earlier. All of our creatives in the chat, if you have anything you want to draw eyes to right now, current projects, recent projects, past projects, portfolios, whatever you need eyeballs toward, please, thank you so much for being a part of this project. And I know a lot of this was very last minute. Please, please, please take an opportunity to drop anything you have. You know, we're not going to flood the chat with a whole lot of promotions. We're not going to try to be too annoying with it. But if you've participated in this at all, please do drop yourself a plug and see if we can get anything going for you. Thank you all so much for being a part of this. There's a pinned comment right there. VoteLoungeBoise.com. This is a live vote again, so this is it. You decide. Here's the votes. Next bracket, Nate Ford.
Holy moly! World famous comic Nate Ford made it to round 2 of Comic of the Month. I couldn't do without you guys. Thank you guys so much for voting. It's a crazy times, you know, stuck in your home or going to work and back to your home. You get to learn a lot about yourself. I've learned a lot about myself in these crazy pandemic times. I joined the gym this year. I wanted to do something great, so yes, I joined the gym. That's what I did. Don't applaud. I only went once. It was Planet Fitness. And did you know on the first Mondays of the month, they give away free pizzas? Yes, that's crazy. I didn't know this. I came on Monday. That was my first day at the gym. I thought there was pizzas everywhere. Nobody was around. I thought it was bait car for fat people. Is this it? This is a test? Are you fucking with me on my first day at Planet Fitness? The first day you're just gonna mess with me? Gonna mess with my mind? You know? You're tempting me right off the bat? Well, guess what? I did. I ate a whole pizza while doing the elliptical. That is so much fun. Greasy Treadmills is my stage name. What? Yeah. I learned also I have no aspirations anymore. I have no goals. Maybe to get up from the bed. Like, I'm very content looking out my window and watching the squirrels play outside. Like, it's scary. Like, I never learned a trade. You know, I don't know carpentry. I don't know how to do electric work. I don't know any of that. I know how to tell a dick joke in the Midwest. That's what I do. I do it very well. My sister's a nurse. She's saving lives as we speak during this crazy thing. My brother, he organizes events, runs, walks for AIDS and other charities. And I tell jokes all around the country. Mom and Dad are proud. But I'm scared, like, I never learned a trade because I learned something a long time ago. This country's falling apart. I know, believe me. I'm shocked as you are. I think part of the reason is we know how to waste money in this country. We know how to waste money. We're good at it. Like, we created Facebook and Twitter. We are fantastic at wasting Money, man. Like, we're paying Ben Affleck. We're paying Ben Affleck to be an expert on the Congo. Yeah. What the fuck, America? Listen, my nickname was too big to fail at pie eating contest, but this is ridiculous. Here's my number one fear. I think that my number one fear is that money is going to be obsolete one of these days. Money is going to be obsolete one of these days, and I'm scared. Because money's going to be obsolete, and we're going to go back to the barter system. And I'm scared going back to the barter system because I don't know how many dick jokes will take to buy a bag of weed. I think 3. 3 dick jokes for a bag of weed, I think, right, America? Anywho's, have fun in life. That's it. During these crazy times, that's my lesson I can give to you. I've learned it's time to have fun. So drink up and drive to the living room. Have fun in life. Dress up as a Grim Reaper, walk into a retirement home, and say you're next. Have fun in life. Ladies, it's time to have some fun today, ladies. Go out there and fuck a fat guy, will you? In fact, the first fat guy you see. Holy crap. So I'm filming this, and my stepdad is doing yard work right now. Like, yeah, it's fun. All right, kids. That was it. We'll vote.
That's Nate Ford. Thanks, everyone, again for being here in the stream. We appreciate you so much. Give us a thumbs up. Spike those thumbs up. Spam those thumbs up in the chat right now. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, comics, feel free to share your socials, share your current relevance, anything you have to draw eyeballs to immediately. We'll do everything we can. I also did want to mention, just one more time, loungeboise.com/tickets. Not one last time, but I did want to say that is the way to support us best currently. Those of us who are doing this production, we have 16 comics to pay tonight. And the more they move on, the more they get paid. Let's make that mean something. If you can at all, spare a ticket. Spare what's the face value of the ticket? That's $5 each. That's $5 a ticket. There was something else. You $5 each, and then it's in increments of 5, 10, 10, 50. Yep, those are the increments you can purchase in. 50% go to us, 50% go to the artist. Awesome. You can buy a ticket at $5, $10, $50. 50% of that goes to the performers, the artists. 50% of that to the tech crew, and that's the whole gathering here. That's the whole bracket. We have 4 big winners, and we want to send them home with chicken dinners. Chicken's not that expensive. I understand, this is lean times, and I understand those of us who are in the audience right now, we may not all be in a position to give. I know I certainly have been on hard times. Simple things you guys can do to help us out. Tag your friends in the stream, share the stream. Anything you can do to increase visibility so that we can get in front of an audience, that we can direct to loungeboise.com/tickets so that we can pay these wonderful performers, and we can pay the Deus Ex Machina machine producing Deus Ex Machina like it's a factory that is our tech crew. And that's all the further ado. I am going to blow smoke around. I am super excited for our next comedian, coming out of originally out of Australia, currently France, but she's gonna speak English for us because she's nice, and I don't speak 2 languages, and I'm jealous. All right, I'm jealous. Marie Connolly.
Hi, my name is Marie, and I am an Australian comedian living in France. I've done loads of jobs in France. I was a language teacher in Nice. That was a very good job because the students bring you gifts. Some people call them bribes. And my student Beatrice, she bought me a bottle of alcohol, limoncello. It was home brewed by her husband. I think he found like 80% alcohol and a lemon and just went, because she gave me the bottle with a warning. She said, "Be careful, teacher, it's hot." And I had some, and I said, "You be careful, Beatrice. You be careful with your adjectives, because this is not hot. This is motherfucking volcanic." After Nice, I was a nanny in Grenoble. I didn't have a lot of experience with children, but I had experience with chickens. I'm from Brisbane. In Australia, we had chickens and ducks in the backyard. And then after that, I worked in a ski season. That was a good job because I worked in a hotel, fell in love with the director of the hotel. His name was Monsieur le Directeur de l'Hôtel. And he called me Mary. I don't know why. A lot of French people, my name is Marie. A lot of French people call me Mary. And I'm thinking, are we not international enough that we can say like Fidel Castro, Barack Obama, Zinedine Zidane, Jaja Gabor? But no, there is something about Mary. So one day, Monsieur le Directeur de l'Hôtel, he said, Mary, this was after about 3 months. He said, Mary, you see the new receptionist, en fait, she is my girlfriend. And I was like, Guantanamera, Wahida. It didn't matter. You know what? Because 3 years later, I saw Monsieur le Directeur de l'Hôtel in the street. Guess what? He put on weight. Yeah, he's got wrinkles. He has less hair. He is not aging well. Me, on the other hand, ladies and gentlemen, something bizarre is going on here. The older I get, the sexier I get. And I have been banned. I'm too sexy for France. Too sexy for France now. I've been banned from the cheese factory, right? There's a farm in the mountains where they make the camembert. You know, the gooey, creamy, good one. And I went, you can do a tour. I went and I did one tour of the ground floor. And as I walked through, all the cheese got hard. And they were like, Madame, you are banned. You are banned. I was like, and I'm too sexy for the streets of Paris. I like to jog. I'm dressed like an Australian woman, like a French woman. She's got the lycra shirt and the lycra top. I'm Australian, I got old shorts, old t-shirt, hole here, Vegemite stain here, no makeup. And I'm running along through the streets and I hear a voice. You sexy motherfucker. I know, it was Prince on the radio, but he was singing to me. He was singing to me, too sexy, just too sexy for Paris. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Marie Connolly. Have a good day wherever you are. Thanks for your time. Bye.
That's Marie Connolly kicking it like a pro. Infinite jealousy from me. I'm going to ask you as well, just because I did hear you're from Belfast, and I've studied enough languages to know that I don't know how to speak them. So I'm gonna ask you as well, Helen. That's the first one. Helen. I'm going with Helen. Well, sorry. If you're still here, no, I'm gonna give you a moment, and then Wildy is how I have the last one. I'm gonna ask you to confirm before I get you in here. I'm gonna ask you for the pronunciation there because I'm watching chat. I might have to scroll up a little bit, but let me know the pronunciation if I have. I'm guessing Helen Wildy. Helen Wildy. Let me know if I'm right on that one. But I did want to mention there was something about, Tori mentioned in the chat about the way that our phones used to read our text messages to each other. We both had the NV2, and it had the button on there, the quick messaging device with the keyboard. It had a button on there. When you received a text, it would read your text to you. And we had all sorts of funny misnomers like emoticon smile. So absolutely, Tori, share those screenshots in chat, as Jen was saying, for the funny miscaptions, because I love that. Wildy. Aha, thank you. And then confirmed on the Helen? Helen Wildy. Oh, thank you so much. I love live. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, just to wrap that up real quick. So all sorts of fun stuff came out of that, like Soleil Lizardman, Silly Lizard Man. Soleil Lizardman is how the phone would read it out loud. But this has got me entrenched in a war that I don't want to be fighting because I'm not exactly right, but just things changed from underneath me. And fuck iPhones, fuck Apple. I'm sorry. I'm Android for life, and I don't know. They're all corporate. Whatever. Who cares? Point being, we already had the word emoticon, emote icon. It was there. And when you would push this button after doing a colon parentheses, our phone would read out emoticon smile. Even it, I couldn't say it right. It was emoticon. But emoticon, I loved that word, and I'm a lover of words, and it stuck with me. And then iPhones decide, fuck emoticon. We're going to call it emoji, which is the English root emo, like emotion, and the Japanese suffix G, meaning people. It's emo people. You're pressing the faces of emo people on your phone. I hope you feel happy about that. I'm entrenched in this war forever. And we go now, with no more gilding of the lily, to Helen Wildy.
Hello again. Helen Wildy, Seattle. I recently turned 30. Thank you. Yeah, it was a big day. Very special. I even more recently turned 34. One you dream about, am I right, ladies? I had one of those quarantine birthdays that you're sick of hearing about. I'm quarantined here in Seattle with my partner Victoria. We're having a gay old time. I came out in 2008. Thank you, I'm brave. This whole time you thought I was a Hufflepuff, Gryffindor. A lot of people don't know that. I came out actually on Independence Day because I thought it would be funny. My mom wholeheartedly disagreed. I was like, look, Mom, I know you're having a tough time with the fact that your only daughter is gay. We don't have to talk about it. Let's just put it and these hot dogs on the back burner, not ruin this cookout for everybody. But unfortunately for me, the biggest hit song of 2008 was I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It. Woo-hoo. An unexpected family conversation starter. I was like, Mom, I hope this song doesn't make you think about how I kissed a girl and or how I liked it. I had to throw away all of my cherry chapstick. It was a trigger for her. Bad time to start kissing women, dry lips. I'm brand loyal, flavor loyal. But we've come a long way. Now she's a super ally. It's a beautiful story. When you come out, people ask you a lot of really weird questions about being gay. The one I get most often, I actually think is a fair question. It's, Helen, in a gay relationship, who proposes to whom? Great question, great grammar. But let's not overthink it. Same rules apply as in a straight relationship. Straight people, if you're watching, say it with me. Whoever's taller takes that initiative. No? No. That's how I've always understood it. Is that right? Or did I move across the country with a 6-foot-tall lesbian misinformed? Second question I get most often can be divisive in the community. It's, Helen, when did you know you were gay? Some gays are like, screw you. When did you know you were straight? That's a fair question. But for me, the answer is simple. It's September 27th, 1996. Oh, a day I'll never forget. I remember exactly because that was the day that Topanga cut her hair, aka my sexual awakening. Also the inspiration for this and every haircut I've had since. Be the change and whatnot. I'm a proud aunt to 6 children. Everyone has a lesbian aunt. To these 6 kids, it's me. They're so cool. My niece Harper just turned 7. I was like, Harper, what do you want for your birthday? You can, anything you want, really. She's so sweet. She made the sweetest, most reasonable request. She said, Helly, they call me Helly. It's cute. She said, Helly, for my birthday, I would love it if you could get me an Ariel doll. Great. She said, I'd love it if you could get me an Ariel doll with a mermaid tail. I was like, Harper, do you think I'm the kind of monster who would get you land Ariel? Where is this coming from? You've known me for 7 years. All right, I'm Helen Wildy. That's my time.
Helen Wildy, you really thrill me. You bring down the building. That was fantastic. I really hope the whole audience is seeing what I'm seeing in this set. This is really coming together. And honestly, after the dominance shown by our ultimate competitors here, we're coming up on our ultimate set right now. I'm working away. We're clearing things away, y'all. There was some smashing that happened the last time we ran through this end of the bracket. And it is going to be a knockdown drag out because that was a stellar set. And we have a furtherance coming up in this corner, I don't know how to bring these two fighters to bear, but I want to watch the results. I want to watch the polls. And as soon as we close out, after our next comedian, 20 minutes, that's what you've got to get your vote in. 20 minutes, and it is final for round 2. We're going to give you a lot more time for round 3. We're going to start the voting today. You're going to have time to air it out. You're going to have time to share the stream, really promote it. We're going to give that final, the round 3ers, we're going to give you a shot. You made it this far. This is the lightning round. This is where you need people in the stream to support you directly. 20 minutes after our next set, this is it. Chris Sundberg.
This again. All right. Oh. I had a dream where Santa Claus invented a time machine that worked by crossing the streams and then crossing the crossed streams with the flaming tire tracks of the DeLorean.
Yeah, hey, that's great. Tell a joke.
Okay.
Now.
All right.
Now.
All right. I'm getting it. That's not a joke. This one, really? All right. I'm open to romance, but the woman that I am to woo should be entirely okay with hiding in those racks at Kmart. Those little yurts, the little tents made out of clothing. And as people pass by, we whisper to them, "Pick me." That's not my joke. That came from a chain letter. The woman that I am to woo should be perfectly all right with, while we are in the act of physically copulating, when we're having sex, she should be all right with narrating what our bits are doing to each other as if they're characters. No, I have yes, I do have illustration. I wrote it down. Who do you think you're talking to? Richard Helmsley the protuberant stood tall atop his satchel, that he might peer into the light now pouring into his dark and balmy cell. The Spider Twins, Phalangia and Fingerella, welcome Richard into the faux freedom they had prepared for him, plying his turgid hide with ointments and unguents, cooing preparatory hymns and chants under the rim of his helmet, thirsty for the battle to come. His faceplate glossy with drool from his blowhole, the first sign of the onset of his berserker rage. Fingerella whispered secretively to Phalangia, who giggled and held Richard fast, bottling up his might, while Fingerella skittered away up Ribsy Cliff and down Manual Road to drag her lazy brother, Fisto, followed by her sedentary brother, Mr. Pointy, to the gilded gates of Richard's mortal foe. Empress Jagged Petals, gaping hate hole of the lace caverns, gnawing the silken bars of her gauzy prison, her mighty jaws already frothing, sensing the time of her feeding was nigh. You want more? That goes on from there, but I think that's a good ending point. You want more?
Haha, that was good.
Is that enough?
That is Christopher Michael Sundberg. Polls are open still. 20 minutes left to get your vote in. Coming at you from the fourth dimension. Sorry? At 10:47, we close polls. We have an official final tally, and that is it. We move on after intermission to round 3. We're getting set up right now for our friendly intermission. We're going to have some live entertainment while you vote. Get those votes in. Share blast now. Get tags in. Whatever you need to do to bring people through who know who's funny. Vote for your favorites. Make sure your voice is heard. You saw the matchups. You know who your hat's in the ring for. I want to see how this turns out. Round 3 coming up after intermission. Please excuse us while we tune up. Eric, do you have a project you're representing yourself as here? No, that's fine. I'm trial by fire, dude. You're our savior. No good deed goes unpunished.
Well, I play in 2 bands.
2 bands. No, that's fine. Yeah, I've got this. Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure if you want to plug anything in the stream while you're setting up, I'm getting your plugs out there. So 2 bands. Wild Spells has a CD out, right? Bright Old Giant is the other band. Wild Spells has a CD, and I'm guessing they have an album as well. Bright Old Giant.
All of our stuff out right now with Bright Old Giant is under the name Red Hands Black Feet.
Oh yes. If you're looking at hiring Bright Old Giant to play at your venue, which you really, really, really should, especially if you're in the Treasure Valley, very local. Bright Old Giant, you can find their live performances under the former name Red Hands Black Feet. Correct? Okay, that is correct. Okay, it is Bright Old Giant now, and that is moving forward. Absolutely wonderful. Treefort, they've been Wild Spells. I've been to a Wild Spells show. Absolutely mind-blowing. Freaking loved it. Thank you so much for coming through. This was. Did you lose a bet? Honestly, you're like, you know what? I am so gonna slam rack at round 1 that I'm not. I'll play on your halftime show if I lose. And now we had to drag you in here, sweaty and haggard.
Yeah, we had a miscommunication over when I was supposed to be here.
Oh no. We really appreciate that you're here. Honestly, that's. You feel stupid. Oh, no. We're good to go. Well, thank you again so much for being here. I'm going to go smoke a quick cigarette. One last time, polls are closing soon. Get your votes in now. Get your voices heard. 10:47, we cut it off. We have the final tally, and it's done. It's done. All right. Do you mind if I just leave you to tune up, and then you can just roll into it, or do you want any more? Watch me too. I used to love to come to the Highland Games, the Boise Celtic Fest. They used to have this band around all the time. It was called the Wicked Tinkers. I love them. Check them out, anybody. That's a free plug. That's just my own personal fandom. They're not a huge ordeal, but it's pipes, drums, didgeridoos, certified loud. It's awesome. Their vocalist is a bagpiper, which you can imagine for live performances. You have to kind of plan around an instrument that demands all of your breath. But yeah, that's always the thing is, bagpipes are notoriously audible over howitzers firing, right? And the lead piper always will step to the back of the stage or the grassy area that's been defined by a tent as a stage, step to the back of this area, fully upstage, turn their back to the audience as if that's going to make them deaf to the sound of bagpipes tuning. Excuse me while I tune. I can't see you. You don't exist. That was Aaron's whole thing as he did the whole thing. Yeah, it's mirrored for you. Sorry, we had some tape. I messed the tape up. All right, that's it for me. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. Turning it over to Eric Larson. Hello. Oh, I see. I couldn't hear myself. Sorry. Listening to myself from the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension. Eric Larson, we have an update to show you. Are you ready? I shall snap my fingers and reveal the final tally. Now! Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bum. Layers, man. How do layers work? Magnets, right? It's double layered. We're cool, dude. We're cool. Awesome. We're pulling up the final tally. We have the final, you know, when we refresh at the 20-minute mark, that is our final tally. And I understand the votes keep rolling in. That is the limitations of our system. The new updated standings are as follows. I'm going to run through these real quick. Eric, I don't want to lose you. If you want to get near the other mic here, I'm just going to plug you a little bit here. But just before we do that, going to read off real quick. The updated standings are moving on to the third round. Oleg Shevchuk will face Stephanie Nam. LJ Sullivan will go down against Eric Escobar. Jennifer Ann Smith versus Ashley Gutermuth, Nate Ford, and Helen Wilde. That will be the final for the lightning round. So interested to see how that all turned out. That is amazing. I'm looking forward to that. Eric Larson of Wild Spells and Bright Old Giant fame. I, of the internet, participating in this stream, would like to hire you to lay down a tasty track, and I can tell you exactly what I need. How do I reach you to find out if we are in business?
You would find us on Facebook and Instagram, or I guess email us at rhbfbooking@gmail.com. Yeah, what I just did there was improv. It was a lot of stuff that riffs picked out from stuff in our songs. Just kind of strung together off the top of my head.
Awesome. Well, if I just like tap you on Facebook and like, hey man, I just want, here's what I need. I'm on SoundCloud. I just want to lay down a track for me to like, I've already got the drum beat. Here it is. Like, if they're gonna throw money at you, are you gonna?
Yeah, I will play music for money.
Find Eric Larson on Facebook. He will play music for money. rhbfbooking.com.
Yes.
.com at gmail.com.
Yes, at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. That is the Eric Larson experience. Thank you again so much for being here and contributing with us today. We just wanted to make sure everybody who participated had a chance to throw in their plugs. If you didn't in the videos or in the intros, I understand a lot of this was very last minute. You're welcome to throw up in the chat. In the safety of your own home, throw up in the chat. That's not a symptom, right? Oh yeah, we're moving on. Okay, I'm gonna switch mics real quick. I'm back from the fourth dimension, which again is what we call the bathroom here at the lounge at the end of the universe. All right, folks and yokes, I am super stoked. That's it, round 3, here we go, here it is. Real quick, we did mention in the chat, if you saw there, round 3 voting is going to be open for a while. Round 3 voting is going to be from 11, we should have it updated now. That's going to go through Sunday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That is when we close voting for round 3. It will be live currently, and it will be live currently. Here's Oleg Shevchuk.
Okay, Oleg Shevchuk, take 437. So I recently found out I live in a haunted house, which means now I masturbate at work. I just hate it. It's like someone's watching me. So I work at a restaurant, and I was hanging out one day, and I was talking to one of the cocktail waitresses. I do a pretty good impression of her. She looks at me and she goes, "Oh my God, Oleg, I just got the most romantic gift from my boyfriend ever." And I said, "Oh my God, what did he get you?" And she goes, "He got me a dildo that's an exact replica of his penis." Swan, he's gone. He's not like really gone. And I said, oh my God, that is so romantic. So I got one for this girl I've been on a couple of dates with. And I got the kit and I did the mold and I sent it out and I got the package back and I wrapped it up and I gave it to her and I said, Happy Valentine's Day, Johanna. She said, oh my God, you didn't have to do that. We've only been on a couple of dates. Oleg, what the fuck is this? Well, it's your Valentine's Day present. Oleg, you gave me a dildo for Valentine's Day? This isn't even a good dildo. It's uncircumcised, it's small, there's no balls, there's patches of fur all over it, and it's curved all the way to the left. You gave me a broken dildo, buddy. I mean, where are the balls? There's no balls. Oh, will the balls come out like an airplane when you're ready to land? I mean, Oleg, this dildo looks like the monster from Tremors, except a lot older. I'm so sorry, I thought you'd like it. How about this, Oleg? Why don't you get me 10 straight dildos so I could spell out why, because this dildo would make the perfect question mark at the end. That is some pretty quick dildo calculations. 10 dildos spell out why. I love you, and she left me, but there's probably some moral to the story that we can learn from all of this, like don't look a gift dildo in the mouth. Let's try to get a dildo saved is a dildo earned. Alternate your hands when you masturbate, or it's gonna curve all the way to the left. All right, see, we figured it out, guys. We did it. And I would just like to all apologize to your viewers at home who visualize things. My penis isn't really that horrific. It's a joke. I do have to admit, though, it is uncircumcised. That's the thing that I didn't get to choose. My parents chose that. I wish I could. I wish I was circumcised, but I would circumcise myself right now. But I need this for stuff like, opening Heinekens or crushing open walnuts, checking the temperature of corn chowder. Full on aware that an uncircumcised penis looks like a penis giving birth to another penis. All right, I guess I'll end there, guys. Thank you very much. I'm Oleg Shevchuk.
That was Oleg Shevchuk, and this is a lesson from our tech crew about proper masturbatory technique.
Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. So he's sitting there talking about proper technique going to the left. Like, look, dude, if you are having it curved to the left with one hand, you need much better technique. That's improper use of your wrists. But anyway, thank you, Oleg Shevchuk. We're going to move on to Stephanie Nam in just a minute.
I thought the implication that Oleg was making is that it was that way because it's how it was shaped. I thought that was the implied joke.
No, you get a shape as you grow older. So where you start when you're a kid, and as you get older, you begin to get your technique in shape. Improper technique leads to improper shape.
I'm very glad we were able to clear up this lesson. Moving now from Oleg Shevchuk to Stephanie Nam.
Yeah, a lot of people in comedy, they like to say what celebrity they look like. It's like a fun thing. But yeah, I mean, I want to have fun, but for some reason, I've never been told like I look like any celebrity, which is surprising. But yeah, there is an app for it, so I just did that. I uploaded my photo. and they use their fancy technology and told me I look the most like Emma Stone. So, yeah, I guess she wasn't miscast in Aloha after all. Owe her an apology. Yeah, I was really recently diagnosed with RBF. If you don't know, it stands for resting bitch face. Just diagnose me all the time. It means like when your face is in its neutral state that you just look angry or annoyed. And I was like thinking about why this is, and I observed a lot of people and realized that like in their neutral state, their lips kind of just go straight across, and when they smile, they curve upwards a little bit. But me in my neutral state, my lips just curve downward. Yeah, and if I really try to smile, I can get it to like a straight line. Yeah, and I do think this is a part of the reason, but the bigger part is that RBF is a sexist idea and term. That's why it has the word bitch in it. Mostly attributed to women and femmes because they're expected to be pleasant and agreeable at all times. It's kind of like when a man asks you to smile. You know, this still happens. You know, you could be wearing a mask and 6 feet away, and men will find a way. They'll find a way. Yeah, the last time I remember this happening IRL, I was working at Whole Foods, and this man I was helping, he was displeased with my general demeanor. So, yeah, he asked me, why don't you just smile for me? And I was like, well, because being in your presence doesn't make me happy. Out of the 200 people who worked at this Whole Foods, there was one other Asian woman who looked nothing like me, but I must say she does kind of resemble Emma Stone. Yeah. And, we're all Asian, you know, so, but I would get regularly confused for her by other coworkers who'd known me for months, and they'd be like so insistent too. They're like, why aren't you in your department? I'm like, my department, what are you they're like, no, you work in bakery. Like, they're just so sure. This happened usually like once a week. Yeah, and every single coworker who would confuse us was a white man. And so from then on, I just called all of them Brian. Except for Brian, I call him Ryan.
Stephanie, bringing the heat again. This is round 3. We all got here. We all earned our way here. Here you are. Of course, that's what we expect to see. Stephanie, that is bracket 1. Final 4. You get to pick one of our final 4. Is it Oleg Shevchuk? Is it Stephanie Nam? Stephanie, I don't remember seeing in the chat. Did I overlook? Was Stephanie live in the chat? Because it's like the one name I didn't ask, like how that vowel is inflected. You know, see, and everybody's like, "Oh, what the fuck with the Oleg Shevchuk? How are you so sure?" I know him personally. I actually gave him a ride here today. To film his set. He's a good guy. He's a headliner in the local scene. I'm not. I haven't featured at the main club yet. Funny times. Cool. What are we doing? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, yokes and folks, our friend, LJ Sullivan.
What's up, everybody? Here we are, round 3. It's round 3. God damn, round 3, baby. All right, man. So, what I was saying is there's not a lot of differences between quarantine and normal life, Like, I was smoking weed with my buddy Brett the other day. Y'all seen Brett. He's he's a real tall white dude with dreads, and I only mention that because the white dude with dreads and the black dude with the afro smoking weed together. Who would have ever imagined? Who could have thought? So we was hanging out smoking weed. Don't worry, we've been smoking weed together throughout the whole quarantine. If one of us goes, we both go. We decided. So. So we was smoking weed, and we realized we had both come across the same article. And the article read, smoking weed in your later years can help prevent Alzheimer's in your later years. Yeah, man, fascinating. Because, I always heard that weed had a reputation for memory loss. Weed has a reputation for memory loss. So I was trying to figure out, where does the truth lie? I sparked up a joint and came up with a hypothesis. That's one for the nerds out there. So what I think it does is marijuana prioritizes your memory. You understand? Like, this is your brain on drugs. 2009? Fuck that year. Shitty year. Get rid of it, homie. This bitch's name. What was this bitch's name? When was the last time you talked to her? 2009? Exactly. Get rid of it. You don't need it. Fuck it. That steak. That was a good ass steak. We're gonna eat more steak, though. I don't think you need to hold on to this steak. You can let it go. Even though it's got the garlic herb butter like we like. Pythagorean theorem. Keep it. Listen. You might need to build some right angle shit in the apocalypse. That's all I'm saying. You want that A squared plus B squared equals C squared on tap. You're going to need that going forward. Looks like my time is drawing to a close, but real quick, I just wanted to give everybody a peek into my mind, what it's like to be LJ when I'm going over shit. This is what I imagine. A large round table full of many different versions of me, many different facets of my being. I like to call it the Council of LJs. There's a lot of different LJs on the council. I'll run through a few with you now. Of course, there's the gangster LJ. We all knew that. He sounds a little bit like this. Hey, man, hey! You just gonna let homie step on your shoe like that? Yo, shoot this nigga in the face. I know. That's a lot. That's why there's another hippie, more laid-back LJ who comes in like, hey, man. Do the shoes even matter? And if they did, is that an equitable response given the context? I don't think so, buddy. Then we got the more conservative, older black LJ. He sounds a little bit like this. Nah, see, young blood, I think you ought not be using that N-word no more. Doesn't help us, doesn't help the people, the culture. Look, some of y'all agree with the older, more conservative black LJ. That's fine. I'm not here to judge. That's not my place, all right? Then, we got some more out-of-pocket LJs. There's the LJ formerly known as LJ. He sounds a little bit like this. Hey, nah, man, nah. Listen, man. You gotta respect the man's footwear, you know what I mean? So, I'm gonna tie his family to the couch, burn the house down, make him watch. I know, pretty intense. That's why he's the councilman formerly known as LJ. Had to get him in a 10-step program. He's on step 1. It's not going well. And finally, the last LJ, he's pretty random. He usually is kept at bay, but every once in a while he creeps up. He sounds a little bit like this. Hi, hello, councilman. Hi, hello. Hi. I would like to make a proposal before the council. Sure, perhaps drunk, maybe Southern LJ. What do you got? What's going on? Hey, Chairman LJ, hey. I propose whippets. No, perhaps drunk, maybe Southern LJ. We cannot do whippets today. We got shit to do. We got to get our taxes done. This chick keeps calling you. Look, for those of you who don't know, whippets is not a get shit done drug. If you doing whippets, you chilling out, maxing, relaxing, and cooling, baby. All right, everybody. I've been LJ Sullivan. Have a good rest of your quarantine.
And what do we say but LJ? Hey, I mean, this is a fight. I couldn't have asked for a better into the Final Four. The way this is shaking out, I stand all amazed, honestly. And I believe it was actually Descartes. Original intention was I think, right? That's all he wanted to say on this subject. That's all I know is I think. To answer the question, the only thing I know for sure is I think. And somebody else came back and said you're wrong. But, other people are like, well, nobody understands what you mean outside of the 5 of us who think about this intellectual masturbation regularly. So therefore I am. Like, we just have to write it out for them. Like, based on this, you exist because you think, right? And I don't know that I exist. I know that I think. I'm like, fuck, dude, what did you say? I don't know. I thought LJ would get a kick out of the fact that was our conversation behind the scenes while he was landing lefts, rights, hooks, uppercuts, jabs. This whole thing is a knockdown, drag out. Everyone we have on this list so far, I am just thrilled to be able to put up on this stage. And that is true for Eric Escobar.
Hello. I can't believe I made it to the finals. My name is Mr. Mustang, but you can call me Ford. Sorry if my voice is a little bit off. Sorry if it's a little bit messed up. But I'm here to tell you some jokes. Yeah, I'm a horse. Let's start it off. I think a really rude thing to ask people is to ask them, how much do they weigh? I'm also a musician horse, and as a musician horse, a lot of people come up to me and they say, hey, Mr. Mustang, what kind of music do you play? The other day, my friend said, hey, Mr. Mustang, why the long face? And I asked him, are you trying to tell me that I look sad? And he's like, no, that's not what I'm trying to tell you. Anyways, I think that's enough jokes for me, but I do want to bring on a quick friend who's going to tell you maybe 1 or 2 more jokes. They're very funny. They're the greatest comedian of all time. They're the greatest of all time, so I will put the mic here and come on over. Come on, 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 let's go. Come on, let's go. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm a GOAT. Do you get it? I know, that last one was pretty bad. Okay, I'm done with this bit. I hope this wins the contest, because this was a sweaty, I do a lot of sweaty things in order to win, but it's okay. But okay, all right. All right, finally, free. Whew.
The goat. Oh my goodness, you got my goat with that one, Eric. Oh, who is it going to be? It's up to you. The polls are open now. The pinned comment in the chat, loungeboise.com. If you go to loungeboise.com, click the drop-down menu, click Comic of the Month. If you don't immediately see the polling place, refresh the page, and it's right there. And you get to decide, is it Oleg Shevchuk, is it Stephanie Nam? Is it LJ Sullivan, or is it Eric Escobar? Or is it Jennifer Ann Smith?
Votes for women! Votes for women! Support the 19th Amendment! Votes for women! Do you know why you can't bet your bottom dollar with a Susan B. Anthony dollar? Well, clearly, because Susan B. Anthony is a top.
There's Jennifer Ann Smith. Has she done it? Has she pulled off the Triple Crown? I gotta say, I, for one, am very excited that I got to see the whole trilogy. Thank you so much, Jenny Ann, for bringing that into our lives. And again, there's no easy contest on this final card. My heart, I am all of Twitter waiting. I'm Twitter pated. I butterflies. I want to see how this goes. Sunday at 5 p.m. is when polls closed. Next up, we have at Ash Goodermuth.
Hi, everybody. My name is still Ashley Utermuth. I don't have a comfortable relationship with sex. I always try to turn it into like a competition, you know? Come on, everybody, huddle up. First one to the finish line wins. You got this. Come on. Doesn't always work out for me. I don't know. I guess I'm just not really into sex. It's more into me. Yeah. I definitely think that people shouldn't talk during sex. I don't like that. It's certainly not the time to gossip. Can you imagine if your husband just leaned in and was like, hey, I heard that Steve's wife is really good at blowjobs. Like, wrong time. Come on, get it together. I like having sex, but sex for me is like a military operation. You know, I need the area to be secured. I need everything to be planned out. And I need you to show up with a loaded gun. All right? Don't waste my time. My husband is bald and he has a beard. He promises that it's not me. Gotta believe him. My husband and I, we have a stepson. My husband just calls him son. Every time that I go to take him to the doctors will shut down immediately as soon as they find out that I am his stepmom. They won't tell me anything. They won't listen to what I have to say. And I'm always like, okay, buddy, you can ignore me all you want. But that kid is allergic to penicillin. So good luck. Good luck. I was talking to my stepson the other day, and he told me that in health class, he learned about alcoholism. And he said, I am never going to drink. And I just thought, how did I raise such a nerd? I don't know. So my husband is a lot older than me, and we've been talking about how to avoid having kids. Now, that's one of the problems with having a young wife. You know, if he found somebody age appropriate, he wouldn't have to worry about it, right? If he married somebody his own age, you know, her uterus would be like an old typewriter, you know, nice to have around, but not useful. I don't know. My husband should be with a successful, age-appropriate woman, and I should be divorced with a cat. That's how it should be. I don't want my own kids. They can all stay with their foster families. That's fine. Second marriages, they have a divorce rate of 67%, which shows that some things do not get better with practice. You know, good to know. But if you have an age difference, it really bumps it up. So if you have just a 5-year age difference, you're 18% more likely to get divorced. But if you have a 20-year age difference like I do, they just hand you divorce papers when you get married. You're not going to make it. There you go. I run a lot. I run every day. People ask me why I run, and I do it so that I can be fit, so that I can live longer, and so that I can make my husband's ex jealous. That's the big one. People have told me that step-parents shouldn't parent their step-kids, which I completely disagree with. I absolutely parent my stepson. It's like I tell him all the time, look, if you want to live in my house, you got to follow my rules. Rule number 1, you can't live in my house. All right, everybody, thank you very much. Good night.
At Ash Goodermuth. Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. Ashley Goodermuth. Wow. Just, you had me rolling over here. Goodness gracious. This entire final bracket, I swear to you, it is, I'm stitched up over this. I do have one bone to pick, and it's that my boyfriend doesn't talk. enough during sex, and I sometimes I just like to check in, know how I'm doing. I want a progress report. All right, I need to know. I need positive reinforcement. Make sure I'm on the right track. Is this feel good, hun? Yeah, okay. I just need to check in every now and then. That's okay. You've got yours, I've got
Everybody
mine.
needs sex like that.
Everybody needs sex like that.
I'm just gonna let you guys know you should all be talking to
You
your
should all be-
partners while you're having sex.
Ashley disagrees. Nobody should talk during sex. There should be no talking. That, according to Ashley.
All right, real quick. I will just say, there's a certain level. Like, you're not just gonna like start going at it and just be like, so how about the mitts? How do you feel about baseball, man?
Okay,
Come
but I
on
can't
now.
agree. Like, but
Come
once
on
you
now.
understand each other's language, then you can stop talking. You can.
Oh, see, to me, that's where the speaking begins.
Yeah, you can
Because-
converse without talking.
Because he doesn't talk, but I do. And when I find his language, things get found. I don't know how much more
Okay,
you guys
we'll
want me
move
to get into. we'll moving on. We are, and I think ultimately, and this is a plug for nobody who's involved here, but there is a project, Irons in the Fire, this sexual ice cream. There's a project by a local comedian to develop, local creative all around, to develop a sort of map of sexual preferences as they relate to, and assign each one an ice cream flavor, and do a podcast around that where you bring on guests and it's like reading their horoscope, reading their ice cream flavor, right? And the whole catalog to everything. Sexual ice cream, look for that whenever that comes into being, because that's what it is. We all have a different opinion on that, right? We all have different flavors. Stick to your flavor. Just yeah. Enjoy what you like. So that's it. That's another pairing. Who is it going to be? Does Jennifer Ann Smith take the Triple Crown, or does the Triple Crown go to Ashley Goodermuth? That is incredible. The polls open till 5 p.m. Sunday. This has been an incredible turnout. We've got another local against another heavyweight, and I am so excited for this final bracket. As with every bracket, holy crap! I keep on reading this like I haven't read this a dozen times. Here it is, our own Nate Ford.
Hello, it's world famous comic Nate Ford. Thank you for coming out tonight. You all look beautiful. Oh man, I like to get drunk. Do you guys like to get drunk? Do you like to play drinking games? Ever played that one drinking game, trying to stay in between the white lines? That's a fun game. Ever play that one drinking game where you're sitting in a circle with your friends and family and they tell you how much they love you and how much of a disappointment you are to them? Oh, this is a shitty game, Dad. Bring out the vodka. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. I drink, I do stupid shit all the time. I'll get drunk tonight, get naked, run into your pastures and scare the fuck out of your cows. But we all do stupid shit when we drink. Why can't we do cool things when we drink? Like save an orphan from a burning building. No, we shit our pants and blame our best friend. That's what we do. When I'm drunk, why can't I do helpful things in the house like do our laundry? No, I piss on my laundry because I think it's a bathroom. When I'm drunk, why can't I sleep like a hot supermodel? No, I sleep with a big, tall, hairy, could be a woman. I'll still do it. Hey, a bird pizza's still a pizza, am I right? Amen. Dating is hard, am I right? Man, it is so hard. I wish there was like a GPS system for dating. Yeah, like a GPS system on your phone, you know? And 0.2 miles, approach blonde at bar. Be yourself. Hey, you want to come back to my mom's place and check out my Star Wars collection? Recalculating. Be somebody else. Hey, recalculating. Destination Masturbationville. Aw, not again, Tom Tom. Yo, I like strip clubs, you know what I'm saying? Love strip clubs. I think a great name for a strip club should be called Sorry, Dad. It would have like a monthly announcer. Welcome to the stage now, disappointment. You want to know the most common side effect of Viagra is? Shitty jokes. I get asked a lot of questions on the road. One of the questions I get all the time is, hey Nate, when did the kid from Goody start doing stand-up? Other question I get is, hey Nate, why is your cheeks so red? Why are they so rosy all the time? It's actually a deep, dark family secret. My mom fornicated with Kris Kringle. Yeah, my mom fucked Santa Claus. I still have nightmares when I was a little kid. All these hands coming out to me in a pinch position. Pinch, 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 pinch. Knock it off, will you? All you old ladies, all you aunts, all you grandmas. Because eventually when you start pinching a kid's chick, a blood vessel pops. That's right, a blood vessel pops. And when he's older, he's asked stupid questions like, are you okay? Have you been running? Is that rosacea? How long have you been a clown, huh? Are you allergic to cats? Yeah, I'm allergic to cats, but that has nothing to do with it. Are you an alcoholic? Yes, I'm an alcoholic. I'm a comic doing comedy online in Boise, Idaho. Of course I'm an alcoholic. I have shit my own pants, people. Look, I just did a callback to a joke I never did. That's how brilliant I am. Eat less red meat. Eat less red meat. I get that every fucking day. I love red meat because I'm fat. That's right, I'm fat. I do a lot of fat things. I get impatient with my microwave. If there's 2 seconds left, fuck it, I want my pizza rolls now. Food gets in my way, too. I'll have hot chicks hitting on me after the show. Right? Like, hey, Nate, let's go to the dance club. It's open till 2 a.m. And I'm like, Sherry's used to be open all night long. But Sherry's dance. IHOP. Denny's. Taco Bell. Well, that's been Comic Nate Ford for world famous Comic Nate Ford for round 3. Thank you everybody for voting. Have a nice night.
I like the update, Nate. Sherry's used to be open all night. It will be again maybe after the... are you wearing a mask? Is everyone okay out there? Nate Ford! Holy shit! Oh, I'm loving it. Oh my goodness. This is incredible. I'm having a time. Y'all are having a time with this. From our penultimate comic to our ultimate comic, voting is open. I plead with you, please, from the deepest depths of my poor, impoverished heart, will you support these actors? Ashley Gutermuth's foster children, or children to be fostered, need your donations at loungeboise.com/tickets. You could make sure at least Ashley Gutermuth has something to show for giving up. God, that's my favorite. I've never wanted kids, and I love to hear a parent say the same thing. I'm like, I feel smart now just for not doing something I didn't ever want to do. I love it. I love it. loungeboise.com/tickets. 50% goes to the artists. 16 of these comics need to get paid. These 8 already getting that extra bump. And they're going on for you determine the prize. Go get a ticket. Get a ticket. Get a ticket. Steal it from Jeff Bezos. That's the other thing. These are all being simul-streamed on twitch.tv/loungeboise. If you already pay for Amazon Prime and you've never heard of twitch.tv, you have a Prime Twitch TV subscription. You actually have to pay to subscribe to somebody on Twitch. You can follow them for free. You pay them to subscribe, a subscriber fee to help them make money, make product, make Twitch streams happen, make it lucrative. You pay them directly. And if you're already paying Jeff Bezos, you can just take some of his money that you've already given him and instead give it to the lounge at the end of the universe in Boise at Twitch TV or twitch.tv/loungeboise. Steal from Jeff Bezos. Get your money back and give it to us. Share this with everyone and get people through to the tickets if you can. Everything we can do to support these comics because these killers deserve it. I'm telling you, you're seeing the level of talent here. You're seeing the level of talent here. I'm holding out. You know, they say best for last. I don't have a prediction here because everyone on this sheet is a killer. But I'm holding out our ultimate comic on you just to plead with you, please. You know how hilarious they are. You're watching this happen. If you are in any position to do so, loungeboise.com/tickets. And that's a genuine plea. And I'm not meaning that to be like, yeah, I'm an advertiser. I mean, seriously, this is important to me. If you care for me personally, and if you're in any position to do so, support these artists, please, and thank you very much to our ultimate comic. No further ado, Helen Wildy.
Hello, me again, Helen Wildy, still in Seattle. I live in Seattle. I'm originally an immigrant, though. I'm from Belfast in Northern Ireland, or the north of Ireland, depending on how you feel. Belfast is a really cool town. It gets a bad rep though because of the Troubles. I don't know if you know about the Troubles, but It's pretty much the most adorable Irish word to describe a conflict. Guys, a wee bit of trouble up north, isn't there? Well, does get a bad rap though, Belfast, because for a long time Belfast was the sort of place where the Irish car bomb wasn't so much like a fun drink at the pub as it was just an actual car bomb. So we moved to the States, but I go back every year to visit my family, spend a lot of time in Belfast, and it really is super cool. You may not know a lot of really famous people have actually come out of Belfast. C.S. Lewis is from Belfast. Narnia, you're welcome. Van Morrison is from Belfast. Okay, killing the game. We all wish it was a longer list, honestly. It's pretty much just those two. Oh, the Titanic was built in Belfast? Okay. Home run. You're like, really, Helen, are you gonna brag about building literally the biggest shipwreck in history? We are strangely proud of the Titanic in Belfast, honestly. We just built a Titanic museum a few years ago, right there on the River Logan. It's in the shape of the Titanic. It's still standing, stop it. It's fine, we do love it. And in that museum, we make it perfectly clear that it wasn't like faulty craftsmanship that sank it. The driver fell asleep. The English driver, neither here nor there. We do love it though. My favorite Thai food restaurant in Belfast for the centennial in 2012 changed its name to Titanic. Like we love it. We really do. I'm really thankful you guys have been watching this contest. Obviously, you're at home with Netflix, so I really appreciate you being here. I've been binge watching my favorite show on Netflix, The Crown. I don't know if there are any Crownies out there. It is the best. You know how for your whole life, Queen Elizabeth has somehow been a 91-year-old woman? The whole time. Per Netflix, per The Crown, per the actress who portrays her, she was once just a smoking hot 25-year-old blossoming into queenhood. It is blowing my mind. She has been queen since 1953. She has seen some shit, y'all. When she became queen, Winston Churchill had just been re-elected prime minister. Guys, Winston Churchill, from history class, from World War II, same queen. We have now, it is crazy. No spoilies for any future Crownies, because I know you're all gonna watch it as soon as this is over. But season 2, she does bump into the Kennedys. I'm talking JFK and Jackie O. Yo, JFK, from before man had walked on the moon. Same queen we have right now. It is blowing my mind. She's taking meetings with an up-and-coming scientist at the time, Albert Einstein. Guys, Albert Einstein, from dead for decades, same queen we have now. That's what I know him from being dead for a long time. All right, I'm Helen Wildy.
Helen Wildy. There it is. Blows thrown, blows landed. These are our Elite 8. The final 4 in this case are actually final. It's not just that these are the last time there's going to be 4. That means, look, in this economy, we share victory spoils. This is the best way we could come up with it, is to try to pay 16 comics, really butter up 8 of them with hopefully some more money and give 4 of them a prize for a job well done. And I can't tell you personally, just being able to have this job to host, it means so much to me. So we want to make sure that this means something to them. If you guys could please, loungeboise.com/tickets. Tickets are going to be sold through Sunday 5 p.m. for this show to help to pay this tech crew, these performers, this project. 5 p.m. is when the polls finally close. Sunday for the third round. This Sunday, 5 p.m. That's when you have to vote. That's when you have to accrue votes. anything you can do to push people through Lounge Boise, just to check out what we have going on here, just to see if there's streams in the future they're interested in. The most important thing to us is to bring an audience, because we have the creative collaboration here. I'm going to try to do a succinct wrap up real quick, and then we're probably just going to ramble on a little and leave it rolling for the stragglers. This is just about it for the stream. Ramble on! So you can still get tickets, loungeboise.com/tickets. Voting, please do, is open live now, loungeboise.com. Click the drop-down menu in the top right. You'll see those 3 little lines that usually indicates a menu at the top right of your screen. You're going to see Comic of the Month. Click on that. If you don't immediately see polling, voting right in front of your face, hit refresh. I tried it today. Definitely how that worked. So that's voting. Loungeboise.com. Patreon, again, if we could, just one more time with the Patreon. Y'all. Patreon.com/Bagel Tiger. That's bagel like you ate, BAGEL. Tiger like the cat, TIGER. Patreon.com/Bagel Tiger. What you can do there is become a patron of Lounge Boise. I was going to say Lounge Boise. That's Lounge Boise nickname. That's the nickname of the lounge at the end of the universe for those deep Hitchhiker's Guide fans. LoungeBoise.com, yeah, you find all the information there. But yeah, patreon.com/Bagel Tiger. If you go ahead and support us there by becoming a patron, for what, like $5 a month, you have access to all of our archived videos, and that's amazing to have access to all of that alone. And there's so much more to come as we grow Patreon. If you want to see us be able to throw back more to our patrons, let anyone else you know that engages in this kind of behavior about that, and have them check out our Patreon as well. Members get access to exclusive content, classes, parties, and more. Growlers available here locally, of course. All of that's pretty local stuff. And I'm so excited to see that our long reach, the people we were able to reach far away from here in our own valley, really, really, really brought it, and have brought it to the Elite Eight. The Elite Eight. Oh man, I'm so glad I got to chat with them today a little bit as I did. Okay, final plugs we did want to mention. Okay, that should be everything for this show. Keep an eye out again. Submissions open up again for the next month in a week. 1 week. We're going to figure out final parameters. So excited to hit the ground running. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. You did mention you wanted us to include the honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. So we actually collected videos from everyone in our second round. Gave us a video for if they were able to move on to the third round, so we had that ready to go and turn around as quickly as we did. And we're so grateful for everyone who made it there and submitted those videos. And we wanted to be able to bring you those videos anyway. And Haley's going to give you some more details about what we can do to get those videos out to our audience.
Yeah. I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who was on the stream and who took this adventure. Hello. I'm the one who organized this thing. I've never really done a lot of online streaming before, so there was some hiccups, and there's some weird ways. I think next month we're going to have judging and stuff to make it more fair, not that it's just online voting, but, and we're going to space it out. I kind of had a shit show of a month, how that happens, and so it got kind of squeezed all together, but it's been a really fun time. I hope you've had fun. I've had fun. It's just seeing the creativity of the comics, being able to come up with videos and seeing some of their editing techniques. I'm like, damn, you're multi-talented. It's not just, it's hard to be funny. It's also hard to edit videos, and hardcore respect for people who did edit videos. We're going to probably set some more guidelines on that in the future, so everyone feels like they have a fair shot on what they're competing on and this and that.
It's been rough. It's almost like you've been trying to maintain a social media or maintain a social medium during a quarantine or something.
Yeah, it's
kind of tough. I am so excited, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit too, and I'll mention more. But the fact that we've watched this setup for the streaming capabilities that we've had grow from the Streamathon and everything on up to this. Yeah. I am so excited for next month. All the organization we're gonna have.
There's just I just want to before I forget, because I'm all spacey because it's late now.
Go for it.
I don't know, setting up this competition has been really cool because now we're able to reach a new format. You know, we can literally reach comics from all around the world, and that's been awesome. Like, yeah, let's do that. But like, I want to say we are going to show everybody who moved on to the next round did like 2 different videos. So we have like, how many is it? 16? No.
Sweet 16, final 8, Elite 8. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
6. Well, we have 8 that we didn't show.
Oh yeah, we have 8 different videos. So like, if they were going to move on to the 3rd round, they had to provide one with or without knowing if they were going to or not. So we have 8 videos that haven't even been shown to you, which we're going to definitely like show to you. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. We have to
Maybe
decide
tomorrow,
when we're going to do that. But like, we're going to show some of the videos that didn't move on because there's some fun ass stuff, man. Yeah, we'll probably reach out to the 8 we will definitely reach out to the 8 that didn't move on and see if they want their video played, and if they do,
Well,
we'll
we want them to
definitely
be
play it.
involved as well. We want to give them a place as well to really plug and promote themselves, because they definitely turned it out for us.
I really like this because it's like everybody. I mean, not everybody wins. I know socialism. I hate it. It's terrible. Why are you socializing me? But I love it in a way where it's like, we don't need one goddamn winner. Nobody wants to watch one fucking comedian for the rest of their life. I mean, that comedian may be great, but even the old one person gets old, you know? Like, let's share the frickin' limelight because we're all talented individuals here, so.
That's the same through line as the collaborative creativity that is fostered here in the nest that is the lounge.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that's exactly what the Blue City Artist is creativity from, and you were mentioning that too, creativity across how many platforms? What kinds of arts are you trying to bring through the Blue City?
The cool thing with Comic of the Month is like this started way back in 2019, January 2019. We were in the back of the brewery, Mad Swede Brewing. This was a really cool once a month show where we did 7 comics competing, and they usually walked away with like $100, and like the person. Like the second place winner walked away with 50, and I was like, well, that's nice. Like 2 people got money out of that. So like this was all about like getting comedians
sometimes like
working
sales based,
money.
sometimes tips based, but there was always a good pay.
It was always a good pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like perfect, but it was something.
Yeah, that was a great project.
What?
What? How stupid. So just to let those of you who are on the stream know, we have wrapped all the final bullet points. Please, we'll check in with the chat, talk to anyone who's hanging around. We're just giving all the rest of the information today that we wanted to share with you the whole way through.
I don't know. It's just been really cool. It's been a cool thing. It's started from like a little backyard, and back brewery show to this online streaming thing. So I hope you guys tune in next month because it's going to be way more organized than it was right now.
I'm so excited.
And it wasn't even that bad this time. It's like, I mean, we're learning a lot. Like, I was a live performing arts producer, and now I've had to pivot to live streaming and learning video. And let me tell you, Mama Hay is not a tech person. I hate tech. I'm learning so much of it. It's really cool and not that hard once you learn everything.
Don't take no guff from your 83-year-old Meemaws no more, Casey Rocket. If Hey can figure it out, you can figure it out. I can attest to the tech deficiencies. But she learns everything to do with it and becomes God Mike, Mama Hey.
All right, I'm good to go. That's all I wanted to say.
That's all you were wanting to say?
Thank you guys,
Cool.
and thank you so much for. I couldn't have like.
Thank you.
Last month I hosted this and produced it, and
Nicely timed.
that was pretty good.
I told you our tech team is the
Gabe
tech
is
team.
pretty funny.
You're part of the tech team too. That's the
One time, so I have this online. Hey, I'm gonna brag about me. I have this online podcast.
Yeah.
Or video podcast called H&S Drink and Discuss Poor Opinions, and it's
called what now?
H&S.
Sorry. No reverb on that because those are just letters. H and S, like hotel and Sierra. H and S. Yes.
Drink and discuss.
Poor
opinions, and it's not that they're bad opinions; they're just opinions from poor people.
Oh, poor P-O-O-R?
Poor,
like poor. Okay, I didn't know because you were talking
like
about
poor people and their opinions.
Drink and discuss. I didn't know if you were going with the P-O-U-R. Poor opinions.
Oh,
hey, puns.
Nope,
I
like
told
that.
you about my puns.
Nope, not that. But anyways, one time Gabe put D, our friend, in a condom, and it was great.
Put D in a condom. Oh, on the green screen?
Yep.
Fun times.
Like literally when we were live, we put it around her and we're like,
whoa.
anyways, it was funny.
Like digitally or okay.
I'm
okay.
good. Okay, I'm going to leave. Bye.
Yeah, bye. I'm just going to ramble a little bit at if there's anybody left over, if there's anybody listening, if there's anybody out there. We lost a little bit of time at the beginning to some technical issues that were interesting, unforeseen issues, but I wanted to just express on a personal note such excitement to work on this project, honestly. But beyond, the scope of that, just watching the way that our live streaming capabilities came together so clutch, leading up to the Streamathon to save the lounge at the end of the universe, leading up to the Comic of the Month live streaming competitions like this. And I know, to say, pulled together last minute usually is oftentimes considered derogatory. They're not at all in this one. It's like, hey, if something needs to happen, let's make something happen. And we made something happen. And I'm so excited for what we made. And the honesty and authenticity of this project shows through in every time we hit a stumble, and we kept moving. And that's a successful project. And I am not in any way embarrassed to put my name behind every bit of this stream that we've done. And I feel so prepared for how we're going to handle next month's Comic of the Month, in as far as, we're going to be finalizing our by the time we open up submissions, there's going to be a detailed description of what we expect out of our submissions for next month's Comic of the Month. That's in a week. We're finalizing all of that. Once submissions are open, throw them in there. Throw in your submission. Follow the guidelines. You have time until submission closes. We're going to take our time to filter through that, select 32 comedians to go through the bracket again, and we've already done it. So we're already set up to do it again, and we'll be the deck will be laid out, shuffled, everything will be ready to go, and I am so excited for next month. So please follow the Lounge at the End of the Universe on Facebook, so you can get notified whenever anything goes live. Always, always, always follow the Blue City. I am a Blue City artist, but you can follow the Blue City and the Blue City artists at Facebook. You said to share the group as well? Yeah, so there is a group on Facebook as well that is the Blue City Artists, and that's where a lot of us talk and collaborate. And that is a place for artists all over the valley to connect with each other. If you have any projects and you just want to throw something up and see if somebody knows somebody, whatever you're doing there. Is that your version of like the Oscars music behind the wrap it up, get off the stage, get off the stage. Yeah, but that's it. That's the long and the short of it. Support your local artists, please, for the love of everything. Buy a ticket. That's all I can ask. Send it off. Play it again, Sam. Never play it again, Sam. It's all me.